The time is finally upon us. I am giving away my full interior, complete K24 swapped EP3 Civic Si. This thing does have the K24A2 with the 6-speed transmission, and it's powered by the Honda K-Pro. Full interior, like I mentioned, and the interior is in great condition. This thing is ready for daily driving. Every $5 spent on DEADBEATGARAGE.com gets you one entry. No purchase necessary to enter. Check the link in the description for all the rules and regulations. What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're gonna be transforming my boring Cateye Silverado from looking like this work truck you see right here to boom, baby! What you know about that? This is something I've been really excited about doing, so let's get into it. First things first, gotta get this thing all taken apart. This little cover that goes over the radiator and everything comes off really easy. It's a bunch of snap clips. And then, of course, the grill, I think it was like a total of 4, 5, like 6 clips. Be careful, don't break them. You want to be able to put it back on. Now, unbolting the bumper, you have a total of 6 bolts. There's 2 right here, and then 2 over here on the other side. And then there's 2 bolts underneath as well, 1 on each side that you gotta pull out. And don't forget to unplug your fog lights. Fragile, man. We got to be careful with the grill because there's not a single clip broken on that thing. What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today, we're going to be working on my personal goal of getting rid of all the damn chrome on my Cateye Silverado. So, I got the front bumper and the grill removed. We're going to be completely whiting out the grill. So, well, except for this. We got to... I haven't decided whether I want to keep this gray or paint it black. I'm probably just going to keep it gray, you know what I mean? But as far as the bumper, dude, this thing I have been so indecisive about. I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, should I just paint the chrome portion, leave the black and the gray, or should I do this part white, the gray part white, and then leave the black? But that doesn't make sense. And then I thought the other way around. Should I paint this white and leave that gray? But then that wouldn't make any sense either, man. So I'm leaning towards just completely whiting the entire thing out. That makes the most sense in my head, man. What can I say? So the front bumper, you don't really ever like stand on here, you know what I mean? The back bumper is a different story. We'll cover that whenever we get to it. But for now, first thing we got to do is get these things clean. So they are disgusting. Even though my truck ain't that dirty, as soon as you start taking stuff apart, you find the dirt real quick. I just realized I should probably grab these fog lights off before I start pressure washing so I don't get water on the inside of them. They're really easy. There's 2 10s on the top of each one, and the whole assembly comes off. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the Chevy symbol out of the grill. There's a couple of speed nuts on the back. They look like they're 10 mil to me, I'll let you know right now. Sometimes you gotta be careful with these things because they will break. Should be able to take it off by hand. Yes, it is a 10 mil. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Don't wanna break it. See, these are speed nuts, and they just screw onto the plastic. They make their own threads when you put them on. The Chevy emblem is a little beat up, but that's all right. We're gonna be able to make it look a lot better with a little bit of paint. That's why I don't want to break it, because we're gonna reuse it rather than order a new one. All right, now this bumper is actually 3 pieces. Well, 4 pieces if you include the the little lip down here on the bottom. You can paint it all one piece like this, but that would not be the correct way of doing it because you will end up having paint chipping in between all these cracks and everything. Not to mention, this and this needs a different primer than this does. So we are gonna actually take this apart and turn it into 4 different pieces that we will paint individually. Well, 3 pieces we're gonna paint. I'm gonna leave that black. We're gonna remove this top black portion first, and it looks to me like it's just these little plastic clips that are pushed in all the way around. So I am going to carefully try to squeeze those and push them out. Hopefully not to break any of them. I would really like to not break any of them. Use this little plastic pry tool on the back side, well on the front side actually, to apply a little bit of pressure while I squeeze the tab to help them pop out. All right, next we're gonna pop this lip off. It's actually being held on here with a 10 on both sides, and then on the center is just clipped into this piece all the way across. We're gonna pop those 10s out. And then we're also going to take these 10s out while we're here. These 2 10s are holding that large gray piece in on both sides. And then once we get all those 10s out, this lip will come off. And then this piece is held in by all these clips going all the way across. I haven't figured out how to take those off yet. I think it's gonna be just putting a flathead down inside of there and pulling the center out. So that is how you get all those clips out. You gotta pop a flathead in between that, give it a little twist, and then that center will pull out. It can be a little tough, so I'm using this guy again in there, helping me pull that thing out. And then I did notice that there is also a 10 right here in the center. So I'm gonna get all these pulled out all the way across, and then that one last 10, and then we should be on to the spray booth, man. All right, got this thing off of here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pressure wash it one more time because, yeah, we've unleashed a lot more dirt. All right, now with these plastic parts, I got a piece of 220 grit that I'm just gonna be going over and just doing a light scuff by hand. All right, so this is what you're looking for. You just want that to be nice and lightly scuffed, man. We're gonna hit this with some adhesion promoter now, since this is plastic. I'm gonna be primering the metal. Whenever I primer the metal with it's gonna be a direct-to-metal like filler primer. I'm gonna be going over this as well, but I need to put adhesion promoter down first so that the primer will bond to the plastic. And this stuff you don't have to get carried away with. You literally just do a light coat, but you do want to make sure to get everything. And what I mean is this lip up here all the way around, we're gonna be putting paint there, and I want the paint to stay. So we gotta make sure to hit it with the adhesion promoter. All right, doing the same thing to the chrome. We got to go over it and get rid of all the shininess. All right, adhesion promoters had long enough to set up, and I've got this thing all sanded. Another big, important thing, obviously this is the only area that's showing on the bumper, the plastic pieces overlap that. So I made sure that I prepped the surface and I sanded past the area that's going to be visible, because you want the paint to stick all the way up underneath all of those things so we don't have any chipping and stuff. That's the reason why we took this all apart. So you don't want to just sand the area that's visible. You got to go a little bit past it. Make sure you round all your corners and get these edges back here really good, because anywhere you want paint to not fall off, you got to make sure to sand it. All right, primer time. And yes, I'm using white primer, which is hopefully gonna help with rock chips and stuff if we do have rock chips. Hopefully it doesn't go through the primer, at least the primer will still be white. Now the next day, I went ahead and I allowed that primer to dry overnight. Have I mentioned to you guys that it's like extremely hot here in Arizona? Today is no different, man. Anyhow, I got up this morning and I got these pieces sanded. We are pretty much ready to start spraying. So I got these pieces back here sanded. I got the actual metal portion of the bumper sanded. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna spray this portion and then probably move it and then put another piece up instead of trying to spray everything all at one time. Main reason is I only have one of these stands, and these plastic pieces, they have little lips that I have to actually get the paint to wrap. I got to get the paint to wrap around here, and I've also got to get the paint to wrap around back there. I was trying to figure out maybe a way to hang them, but there's like no way to hang them, and I can't just set them flat on my workbench right there. Basically, I need that stand, so I'm just gonna do one piece at a time, dude. Anyhow, I've already got my paint all mixed up. Just got to get it put on the gun. We're gonna wet the floor and get right into it, dude. I'm ready. All right, I got through that. I'm not gonna lie, this was difficult to spray, mainly the plastic, because I went on there wet with the first coat on this piece, and it started, like, I've had this happen to me before, but it started like reacting, like it gets like the little fisheye and stuff in it. So I put the camera up, bro. I got aggravated with it. I was literally dripping sweat like crazy, and it's so difficult not to drip sweat on things you're spraying, you know. Anyhow, in that situation, like what I had to do with this one, luckily I didn't do wet on both. I had to do like a dry spray. Put in the comments, those of you who paint, have you ever had to do something like that? So basically you got to coat it, but you don't want to get the paint wet You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you speckle it. And I want to say I did both pieces with like 5 or 6 coats of just real light speckle. So, and then you let it sit for like 30, 40 minutes, man. And in between those coats, I was doing like 5-10 minutes. Like, you got to be real patient with it, because what you're trying to do is seal it with a coat without going on it wet. So you get that buildup, you get that barrier, and then you can go wet without it reacting. And that's what I had to do with this. I've had to do that before, clear coating like copper, brass, you know, those soft metals like that. Aluminum doesn't do it. Copper and brass most certainly do it. You have to like seal it whenever you're clear coating it. But anyhow, I got this stuff sprayed, and I did do a clear coat on this stuff. So, and just for proof, this is what I have left of my clear, and that's what I have left of the white. I'm trying to hurry up and prep the grill out there so I can use that little bit of leftover, so I don't waste not only the paint but my cups, because I'm running really low on cups. I'm running low on everything, man. What can I say? Yes, I'm gonna turn my booth back on. Anyhow, I got the grill set up out here. I'm gonna start getting it prepped out here while that stuff is sitting in there kind of drying, you know. I got to get this sanded, and then the entire grill portion of it, all this gray, this dark gray, I got to cover all of that because I don't want to paint that. The only thing we're painting is over the chrome, and then this existing white portion, I'm going to respray that also. You guys have no idea how excited I am to get this stuff back on the truck, man. I've been wanting to do this, honestly, since I got the truck. I've been wanting to color match the bumpers, get rid of all the chrome. Dude, this stuff is blinding. It's literally blinding. Yeah, this stuff dried all night, man. Everything came out really good. I didn't get a single run anywhere. Hell yeah. Little pesky pieces of tape that got stuck down inside of here. I got to get that stuff off. And then we're gonna get the bumper all put back together. And then the exciting part, the before and after, man. Get to see what this thing looks like with the whole front end white. is, guys. That's the front end all whited out. I ain't gonna lie, man. I am most certainly digging it. It gives the truck, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how to put it into words. More of a sporty look, I guess you can say. Of course, we still have the back bumper we got to do. We're going to do that in another video. The back bumper, I think I also want to do the mirrors. Of course, I need to get the rest of the truck caught up as well. The bed is all fresh paint. Now we got to get the whole rest of the truck. There's a lot of little flaws and stuff that, of course, as I make this truck look better and better, all those little flaws are definitely standing out more and more. Anyhow, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video, and I want to mention that as I was putting that thing together, I almost started to put these ugly fog lights on there. Oh, I am most certainly going to have to do something about the lenses on these. I need to wet sand them, redo the clear coat and stuff on them before I can put those back on, because those look terrible. Anyhow, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do smash the like button. There's definitely going to be a whole lot more with the old Cateye Silverado to come in the future. Peace out, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.